It's the season to talk Transformers, tra-la-la-la-la, and so on. Yes, hello and welcome to another episode of All Talk, No Shock. I am your host, cameraman and T-Boy all at once. It's Arrowfire. Now I've been threatening to do a scale video for a while and I thought, right, let's do it. Now scale comes up a lot in Transformers, so we've got a lot to get through, so let's size it up.
All Talk, No Shock.
Firstly, we'll discuss about scale as shown to us on TV. Now, the Transformers G1 cartoon, like most early days cartoons, was inconsistent at best. In its 3/4 series, the size and scale changes would range from slight to borderline ridiculous. But as this was one of the first representations of these characters that we've seen, it sets a precedence. We have nothing else to go on, maybe the Marvel Comics, so we have to go with it. Now in this case we have triple changes, and in particular Astro Train, who jumps around a lot, whether he's in train mode or robot mode or shuttle mode. Now this can often be explained with mass shifting, but there's too much of that to get into. We'll have to do that video another day. And as always, combiners posed a bit of a problem. Now typically these are 5 average sized bots who would combine, but as you can see here, Starscream is standing on Bruticus's shoulder and he's barely the size of his head. As time's gone on, these rules have largely been kept to. In the Netflix Siege series, for the 11 or so seconds that we see Astro Train on TV, he's the size of a giant. And Omega Supreme is not a Titan class, despite my best wishes, is about the size of a combiner. Now yes, there's more than 1 or 2 animation errors in the original cartoon. Here are some of my favourites. Now here's the hard part. How do you best represent a toy whilst adhering to price and class type? Chug has the most suitable solution to this, and it's been in place for some time. It's broken down between individual classes, which include, but not limited to, Core, Scout, Deluxe, Voyager, Leader, Commander, Ultra, Titan, and a partridge in a pear tree. A lot of these classes were introduced in the 90s with Beast Wars and had the best price and scale to date. That is if you're a Chug collector. If you're someone who likes to mix and match, well, you may have a problem. Legend scale is relatively new to the market. Figures are coming out more frequently, and these are ranging from about 3.5 inches to 6 or 7 inches high. As great as these figures look, you have 0% chance of scaling them with other scale types. An average deluxe Chug figure is about 6 inches tall, and you can't have a trigger happy bigger than Soundwave, can you? Third-party Chug / Masterpiece is a bit more of an open door. I have here my third-party Devastator along with the upgrade kit to make him a bit taller, but he's still not quite on a Masterpiece scale. Now in comparison to the cartoon, I actually think this scales really well, in that this is the best representation, at least I think, you can have from a regular character to a combiner. The third-party Masterpieces can be more specific. Generally these range from about 9 to 11 inches in height, depending where you get your figures from. The recent offerings of the Masterpiece scale Stunticons can vary in height. DX9's offerings come up just that little bit shorter than, say, Fans Toys versions, who would easily overshadow them. And finally we come to Official Masterpiece. Now apart from back in the very beginning when there was no scaling whatsoever, these figures are very uniform. They're a standard 9 to 11 inches in height and are not really designed to scale with anything other than other official Masterpieces. I would say the Commander class of Chug is the only thing that comes close to scaling with Official Masterpiece, but there's no question this is designed to be a closed off market for other Masterpieces. In fact, this is so much so that third-party companies like Zeta had to throw out the rulebook completely and actually create Masterpiece scale combiners. Now, depending which class or scale you collect, this actually works quite well. Most Legends, Chug, or Masterpiece figures will scale with a set Masterpiece combiner very well and be representative of the old G1 cartoon. Scaling is a big factor for a lot of people and will vary on people's set ranges and tastes. Quite often people will have segregated collections within their collections to accommodate them all, and if you've got the space to do it, this is probably the best way to do it. Otherwise you end up confining yourself to certain ranges and end up missing out on some real gems. We did it! Doesn't that feel better? I'm glad I got that video off my back. I've been meaning to do that one for some time. But if you feel so inclined, do let me know in the comments below what your particular scale range is. And if you made it this far, thank you and well done. I'll see you on the next one.